fastest show in sports.
I am about to break one of the most hardline rules when it comes down to doing any kind of a sports talk show whatsoever. Never, 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 never bring politics into sports. Unless, of course, somebody else brings it in first, like the President of the United States. Okay, everybody back off here for just a moment. We are not going to get too deep into this, but we are going to bring the President into this discussion because he put himself there. So we're not going to discuss anything else. We're not going to discuss all the rest of the nonsense that goes on right now. So everybody just back off, and whether you're right or left or center, I don't care. Understand what I'm saying here. And in the end, I have no doubt whatsoever that you will completely agree with me because I'm right, like I am about 99.8% of the time. 0.2% of the time I'm not. I get it every now and then. I make a prediction every now and then, but on this one, I'm 99.8% correct, and you will enjoy it, and you will agree with me by the time it's all said and done. The President of the United States has gotten involved in sports because he himself is the one who has come out and said, when it comes to the Army-Navy football game, damn it, you people will watch this game. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're in the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard, the Air Force, anything else. You will watch this game because this is the most important college football game of the year. Well, okay, it got good ratings, but there's something else called the college football playoff. Anyway, we'll get there. But the President of the United States has decided this. He puts this out on Truth Social. The Army-Navy game is one of our greatest American traditions. Unmatched patriotism. Courage and honor. Okay, I guess you can say that. It is in sports. It's not like anybody's going to war here or anything. This incredible tradition is now at risk of being pushed aside by more college playoff games and big TV money. Not anymore! Not anymore! I will stand for this. I'm trying to hold it all in here. Under my administration, the second Saturday in December belongs to Army-Navy. And only Army-Navy. That's right. There's no other game. Nothing else will be there. It has to be the Army-Navy game. I will soon, we'll see, sign a historic executive order securing an exclusive 4-hour broadcast window so this national event stands above commercial postseason games. No other game or team can violate this time slot. Okay, let's take a moment here and take a breath, okay? First of all, Donald, you have no right to decide what the television networks are going to show and when they are going to show it. You have no right. You have no control. You can't do it unless you take over the broadcasting networks themselves and you put them under federal control. Oh, okay. I know. We said we wouldn't get into it, all right? But unless you're willing to do that, you can't control what a network shows. You can't. So you can sign all the proclamations you want, but unless you go ahead and march the military into the control rooms and you decide you're going to go ahead and take control, which would not be a good idea, then the nation does not have to watch the Army-Navy game. Now let's discuss the Army-Navy game, okay? For just a second here, Donnie, because not everybody cares. I mean, it's nice. Okay? The Army-Navy game, why don't we ever watch Air Force play a game? Okay, why are they not involved in this? Just thought I'd ask. But the Army-Navy game is tradition. I get that. It doesn't make a difference. Even if you're not a member of the Army or the Navy, you do want to potentially watch this game. I get that. That's just the way things are. And people will go ahead and tune it in because it's an oddity. Because let's face it, most years Army-Navy has absolutely nothing to do with any kind of a college football playoff. It's not going to happen. It doesn't happen. And look, in reality's sake, I don't really care if members of the Army, Navy, or Air Force football teams are actually involved in a college football playoff. You know why? They got better things to do. I mean, yeah, it's great to watch them play football. I get it. It's okay. But in my mind, they've got a whole lot more important things to do than worrying about getting a first down or getting another win. But it is a rivalry, so people do want to watch it. I get that. As I said, it was, I believe, the highest rated game on the network this past year. But not everybody wants to watch it. It just goes to show. And not only that, let's take it another step further. If you give America the chance, the choice, to watch the Army-Navy football game or a college football playoff game in a round of 12, 16, or 24, they're going right to the playoff game. Now, not everybody will. It depends on the teams. If it's an Ohio State, a Michigan, an LSU playing the game, somebody like that, one of the big teams, yeah, I think they're going to go to that game. And there still will be some people who watch it, who watch the Army-Navy game. But the entire nation doesn't want to see it. And I know people are going to get really upset here. They're going to say, what is the matter, Berliner? Are you not patriotic? It has nothing to do with patriotism. It has to do with whether or not you want to watch the game. Look, there are times that the game comes on, I'll tune it on, and I'm an Army brat, so I do have a veiled interest in here, but it's not like I'm going to go ahead and sit and watch it. And I'll bet you, too, a lot of you people that are out there right now, you're going to say, well, I'll sit and watch the Army-Navy game because I want to support America. You're not supporting America by watching the Army-Navy game. You're supporting the two teams. But it's not like you become patriotic just by watching Army-Navy. Come on, that's just nonsense, all right? But if you want to call it patriotic, you go right ahead. But here's the bigger thing in all of this. Careful now. Here we go. Get out the brickbats and bring in the security. Not everybody wants to watch the Army-Navy game. But Donald Trump is using this game as nothing more than a way to pump up his insufferable ego. Because he is using the Army-Navy game to make some people believe that if you don't watch this game, you're not a patriot. You're not an American. Something's wrong with you because you should be watching the game. And that's wrong. Whether you watch the game or not doesn't make you a patriot. Whether you watch the game or not doesn't say anything about whether or not you like the Army, the Navy, or any other service academy. And it doesn't say that you love or hate America in any way, shape, or form. But that's what Donald Trump likes to do. He creates this thought process that it's all about patriotism. On the battlefield, they are America's unstoppable patriots. See, there you go. We're using that word patriot just for a football game. It's nonsense. It doesn't count here. Defending our country with tremendous strength and heart. Yes, that's what the service academies do when they are out there basically defending America. And I give them I give them more credit for that than playing a football game. We must protect the tradition and the players who protect us. Why? I mean, just for a football game? Please let this serve as notice to all television networks, stations, and outlets. God bless America, and God bless our great Army-Navy game. See, this is just all false patriotism. Because I know that there are people out there who are going to hammer away at me and say, Ed, you're not a patriot, you hate America. It has nothing to do with it. I love this country. This is my home. I would fight for this country just like anybody else because I like it here. And we're still one of the best places in the world to live. But force me to watch an Army-Navy football game? No, Donnie, you can't do that. You're the President of the United States, we get that. But you can't do this. You can't sign an edict. You can't make us watch it. You can't force the TV networks to do it. You can try all you want. But all I'm saying here is, if you want to watch the game, please go right ahead and do it. I have nothing against that. And if you want to think it's patriotic to watch the game, okay, that's the way you think. It's not. It's just another college football game. And whether or not you watch doesn't make you a patriot, doesn't make you love America, doesn't make you hate America if you don't. Hell, I got news for you. If the Boston Bruins are playing at the same time the Army-Navy game is on, I am right over watching the Bruins. And it has nothing to do with whether or not I love America or I hate America. So we have to stop this nonsense about letting Donald Trump, any president, I don't care who it is, but trying to shovel this false patriotism on us because of a football game. There is nothing patriotic about watching a football game. Patriotism is when you back the individuals involved, when you support the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Coast Guard, first responders, people who are out there doing the job every single day, throwing their lives on the line to protect America. That's patriotism. But just watching a football game doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make you more of a patriot. For the president to call for it is nothing more than him using it. It's just like anybody else is using something for their own ill-gotten gain. He wants to use this because he wants you to believe that he stands for patriotism. Oh, in this case, all he does is want you to think of it as patriotism. It's not. It's a college football game in essence. Matter of fact, there's been a whole lot of talk of taking the service academies and taking them out of college football. It's not really college if you think about it. It's more the service academies than anything else. But that's another whole argument that we can get into. Let's stop right here, okay? Donnie, you can't do this. We know you can't do it. You can't make us watch the Army-Navy game. You can't tell the television networks to make us watch the Army-Navy game. You can't. It's just not what's done in America right now. So we'll watch what we want. We're not necessarily patriots or bad people if we don't watch it. And you can't tell us what to watch. I hope you can't. If you can, then we got a bigger problem right here. So watch the Army-Navy game if you'd like. But Mr. President, you don't have the right to tell us and to basically make it something that everybody in America has to watch. It's what they call free will, okay? Gee, I wonder if the Bruins are playing at the same time as the game. I'll let you know.
Ed Berliner, the fastest show